Hi, I'm Erica Berg. My pronouns are she, her, and I have been a member at Lutheran Church of the Master, my family and I, for 16 years. We moved to the area, and this is the first church we went to, and we've never looked back. In that time, it's been amazing to think how much this church has been a huge part of our lives. At times we come every single week faithfully, and other times life gets busy, but no matter what, we still feel like we are such a part of this church, and it has truly been amazing. So some of the examples, 2 of our 3 kids were baptized here. Our oldest was confirmed, and our younger 2 will be confirmed on Reformation Sunday next month. Our kids, they've grown up in this church. This is a second home for them. They love to help with communion. They loved being in VBS and then helping in VBS when they were older. Our church has sent them to camp. Our oldest got to go to the youth gathering in Houston. It's been amazing how supportive this church has been. This is where they learned public speaking by doing poetry and readings at church. They've played their instruments here. Anything you can think of, they've done here, and this is just, they're always comfortable. And I remember my daughter one time was going to do the sermon when they did the youth service, and I said, "Aren't you nervous?" And she said, "Mom, it's church people." And that just made me feel so good that she feels so comfortable here and so loved and not judged. My youngest was diagnosed with diabetes when she was 7 years old, and I think the first calls I got were from people from the church, checking in on us, connecting us to another family that had children with diabetes, bringing us food. It was amazing. And then on top of that, one year they collected money. They did a chili cook-off and collected money to donate in her name to the Barbara Davis Center. I just think this is something where sometimes I get frustrated and worried about the world we live in, but every week when I come here, I have a renewed faith in humanity. There are good people, and I'm so grateful that my kids have grown up here and get to see all the good that the people here do. In addition, I work at Green Mountain Elementary School, which is just probably 2.5-3 miles from here in the community, and we serve a lot of students that are on free and reduced lunch. It's a very diverse population, and this church has been amazing with our support for our families. A couple years they've done holiday gifts for families, and not just the kids at our school, but their siblings as well, and bought them things that they need and things for fun, and the families are so grateful. They've also bought lunches for the teachers, and if you want to really make teachers happy, you bring them lunch. They're like, "Oh, this isn't even just pizza, it's a full box with the dessert and everything in it," and they were just so excited. During the pandemic, one of the really cool things that our church did is they gave weekly gift cards to families all summer long, because they knew that a lot of families, a lot of kids, where they eat is school for breakfast and lunch. And so those gift cards were a lifeline for so many of our families. The church also worked together with another church, and we had once a week we would get deliveries of all kinds of things. We had paper products. One week we even had meat. We had vegetables, fruit, toiletries. And so what I would do one of the summers of the pandemic, every week I would load the stuff in my car, kind of like a store, and I would pull up to the apartments where many of our families live, especially the refugee families, and they would come over and just take what they needed. And they would always not want to take too much. They'd want to be careful. I'm like, "No, take it. I have more stuff coming next week. Please take extra toilet paper. You have 10 people that live in your apartment. You need more than one little box." In the pandemic that was so dark, it was so neat to be part of a light for a lot of families. I had refugee students that wanted to play sports, and they didn't have the money for the fees or for the equipment. And so I reached out to the church, and of course, they were right there and said, "Buy them what we need, we'll reimburse you, sign them up for sports." And it was really fun for them to be able to play with their peers and not have the money get in the way of what they wanted to do. Just recently, Thursday in fact, Green Mountain Elementary also is celebrating their 60th anniversary, and the church donated 60 pizzas for our festival to celebrate 60 years. And what a great way to celebrate. The families were so appreciative to have dinner for free. They didn't have to, go home and make dinner after the festival. The kids are running around with pizza sauce on their faces and happy as can be, and it was just really fun to see how that coincided the 60 years. I see the work LCM does every day through my work and through my family, and it is someplace special. I can't even describe in words what it is. And I'm just so grateful that my kids have gotten to grow up here, that I get to be part of this community, that I have been connected to all of these people through God. I get to see God's work And I'm just extremely grateful.